Hi everybody, Matt here, and I am at the Etowah Disc Golf Park, and I'm going to be taking on this course. It's a very nice, very interesting course. It's probably the one I play the most. It's a par 56, 5,200 foot course from the main tees. There are also long tees for holes 11 through 17. I won't be playing those today, and I'll tell you why. It's because I'm going to attempt to play the entire thing using nothing but the Reptilian Disc Golf Stego. I believe Drew Gibson said something like, "What's the point?" when he threw a Stego in a recent video. I'm going to show you what the point is today, because I believe not only is the Stego an excellent disc, it is one of the more versatile approach discs out there. I've actually got 4 of them with me. I've got the Armor one I just showed you, the Derposaurus here with the hand, that's a fossil. First run, oh, that's actually a proto, it's not a first run. That one's a little lighter, that's 165-ish. And then I've got the pink scale stamp one, which is incredibly overstable, as is the Armor. So let's attack this thing. I average 5 under from the short tees on this course with a full bag. Today, we're just trying to shoot par. Let's see if we can do it. All right, 1 hole down, decent drive, good approach. There's the disc, there's the basket. Just go ahead and tap this in while I got you on film. 1 hole, 1 par. Okay, hole 2 is 217 through this really tight woodsy bit. I actually throw a Stego off the tee here, pretty good bit. Two holes, 1 under. Now, hole 3 is a 575 foot legit par 4. I needed that birdie because I might not be able to reach this one in 3. All right, so this one actually left me with a decent approach. Let's see if I can make that into a puttable shot. All right, a little bit of a tester putt for par here. Oh, couldn't cash it. And this bogey on the par 4, where the putt I should have made will put me back at even after 3. All right, hole 4 is 222 uphill into the mouth of the cave. I usually throw a Justice here. Let's see if I can get up there with a Stego. So should be a pretty easy birdie putt here. There's the disc in the mucky cave. There's the basket. And let me show you why I'm breathing hard. This is actually pretty steep, more so than it looks like from the tee. Pretty well uphill down to the tee pad there. Let's tap this guy in with a slight depth putt, but it's short. This one's 282 through a pretty tight tunnel here. I'm not quite sure how to approach it. I usually throw a flippy mid-range or power down a fairway driver. Who does the job? Check it out. The basket, there's the Stego. Easy 5-footer. Try to let you guys see it. Going in. I don't know if you saw that at all. It might not have worked. 285 dog leg right. This is another one I usually throw an Overstable mid-range. Justice or Pyro or something like that. All right, got it. A little shorter than I meant for it to be, but still only about a 10-foot putt. Good enough where I think I can tape myself doing it. Okay, we got another 282 through the woods. I usually throw a turnover with a fairway driver here. Let's see if I can get it down close to the pin. I got like a 50-footer with some trees in the way. Let's see if I can give it a look. Almost. Should be in there. A little disappointing layup. I thought I might have a chance to get it in, but didn't give it the height. But another 8-foot tap in for a 3. All right, so this one's interesting. It's only 165, but it's well uphill, like a good 40 feet up the hill. Another hole I usually like to throw an Overstable mid-range. Let's see if I can get it up there. That elevation makes it trickier. I'm gonna throw my flippy Stego, if there is such a thing, my 167 program. Might have a birdie putt. Oh, she's beautiful. Parked right there. Grippy fossil plastic holding onto the hillside. Let's tap it in. Kapow, 2 under. All right, this one's really a terrible shot, but I can't find anything else to hold it. I've only got about a 40-footer, but there's a whole bunch of crap in the way. The tree that this is resting on, and these couple other small ones on the left. Let's see if I can catch this. I didn't put enough on it coming over the tree. Oh well, another par. Tap it in. Okay, we got 250, heavily wooded, uphill. Exactly the type of hole you throw a Stego on if you hate yourself, which I might after this. Someone fell off the tree, but it clanged off the cage and bounced back a little bit. Let's go ahead and tap this in for another 3. Okay, so this is an interesting hole. It's about 185 downhill with a small landing zone, bad roll-away potential. I actually do use a Stego here to try to hit and stick on that small landing area. That is why you use a Stego here. Beefosaurus, Armor Stego, right here about 14 feet from the basket. Let's see if I can set up a catch cam. I find myself on hole 12 in the middle of a bit of an existential crisis. I'm 3 under par. Normally, on a good round, I'd be a little better than that by now. I can shoot -9, sometimes even 10 on this course. My lowest score is a 45, so I think that's 11 under. which would be like scorching hot. I don't do that all the time. But I'm 3 under with only Stegos. I'm starting to question everything. Do other discs exist? Do they need to exist? Should I be throwing anything else unless I need to throw far? Is it the best disc ever made? I don't. Maybe. Maybe. All right, proper tricky putt. Oh. All right, got a bit of a roll away. This is for bogey. All right, back to 2 under. Okay, so this guy's 222, dogleg right, with a creek that you can very easily roll into, and it's on a hill. This is a Stego hole, my friends. Okay, this one is 320 back over that same creek. My goal is just to make it through that gap of trees on the left above the bridge and get as close to the pin as I can. Should note that the wind is coming across the water pretty crazy here. You can see the Etowah River down there to the right, and the headwind was kind of whipping across towards it. Let's get this putt in for a par. Still 3 under after 14. Okay, this one's 333. Slightly raised pyramid basket. Road on the right's OB. Big gully on the left is inconvenient. So we got about 80 feet left from the spot it rolled out to save the par. It's gonna be difficult. All right, so we'll tap in another easy par. Thanks. All right, so we got 330 with road OB in the way, woods to the left, and a pretty stiff headwind. I did not want to come back at all. Okay, so another tap in par. And you know, on the last few holes, it's kind of reminded me that the Stego, while a really overstable. Now we're on the 18th hole, and I don't think that if you told me I'd be slightly disappointed being 2 under with just Stegos at this point, I would have believed you at the start of the round. But having seen 3 under on 2 occasions and having fairly easy shots that could have put me even 4, maybe even 5 under, or at least kept me at 3 or 4 under had I controlled the Stego a little bit better, I would really like to finish 3 under now. Hole 18 is 404 feet, par 4, dead straight through a tree tunnel. It's a long, fairly wide tunnel with some trees that really encroach on the sides. They bend in. You'll see it when I turn the camera around. I would say a 3 is possible, but difficult here.
up there. All right, so this one is circle's edge, right at like 27, 30 feet. See if I can catch this guy and go home happy.
So having played a full round with the Stego, it was way more fun than I thought it would be at the beginning. And I think that the video, if the shots show up as well as I hope, really showcases how good of a disc it is. I really enjoyed doing it. Probably won't do it again super soon, at least on a course that has some decently long holes on it like that, but you never know. I ended up 3 under with 6 birdies and 3 bogeys and 9 pars. So overall, more birdies than I thought I'd get. A couple bogeys I hoped I wouldn't get, but that OB on 15 was really unfortunate. It just barely trickled out of bounds after hitting inbounds by like maybe 20 inches. It was really annoying. That cost me a stroke, and then that kind of crappy approach on 12, I just undercommitted to it and it faded up onto that hill and stuck, and I couldn't convert that putt. So overall, pretty solid round with a really fun disc, and you can do a lot with it. The spike hyzers that stick really well, those bending shots that I like to throw where they flex through the trees really well. It's just a good disc, and actually it putts better than I thought. And I think maybe if I'd gone directly at the basket on some of those like 40 and 50 footers, I could have converted instead of either clanging off the cage or just airballing right, because it really doesn't fade that hard at low speeds. Yeah, I kind of realized that. I should have known all along on 17 that you putt it pretty straight really, and harder than you think. But, well, maybe intuitively hard because it needs some force behind it. But I really enjoyed doing it. Thank you to the guys at Reptilian Disc Golf, Jamie and Josh. They do a great job with their products. I also love the Tyrant driver they make, the Velociraptor as we're now forced to call it, and the Gila are discs I throw a pretty good bit, and they're a lot of fun. I have a Tyrant in the bag most of the time. Looking forward to the next run of those, and hopefully some cool Stegos that maybe some of you folks would be interested in. I ran the score of -3 at Etowah into a disc golf course review, and it's a DGCR rated 990 round. It wouldn't be that high in a PDGA tournament. I looked up scores from the last few sanctioned events there, and it looks like 3 under would get you about a 945 to 950 type of rating at Etowah. So if I was in a tournament, probably not winning advance with that score, but with the rest of my disc, putting up a good round would be a good bit higher than that, but still pretty respectable round for only throwing Stegos. I really enjoyed doing it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it.